Okay, hey, Mike Adams here at the Brighteon Studios. Just showing Michael some of what we're doing, some of our lab equipment here. This is an incubator that's incubating some of the COVID mRNA jabs. And then this incubator is incubating, yeah, it's already turned color. Very weird. This is incubating the chemtrails mystery fog fallout samples from Dr. Jane Ruby out of Florida. And under the microscope right now, these two petri dishes show things swimming. So this came off of a plastic sheet, actually. Let me grab a piece of plastic.
Let me keep this still somehow. I can figure it out. Here we go. I'm a photographer. I can figure this out.
So here it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, there you go.
So you just take this. This is the plastic sheet that was covering Jane Ruby's tomatoes.
Glare off of this.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. There. Is that better?
Yeah, let's see. So this is on Dr. Ruby's tomatoes in
Right.
Florida.
And then you take this sheet.
She lives in South Florida.
And it just looks like minerals or something, but it's not. It's all kinds of things that come to life. We've identified 5 different life forms off of this, and it gets coated very quickly too, for some reason. Anyway, you incubate them at roughly human body temperature here, as
So
we
you
have.
get 98.
Yeah, and 70% humidity.
Okay.
And so you incubate them, and then we use our microscope, and actually we're putting together a brand new microscope right here. This is this is a universal head for the microscope. I don't know what part this is. This is part of the stage. Yeah, I think so. And here's the base.
Monitor.
Yeah, that's the digital monitor. We're putting all this together to be able to get about 2,500 times magnification with really precise digital controls. That's what this microscope is all about. So this is an upgrade for us. We've had this other microscope going for quite some time, but it's really hard to focus in at high magnification. You don't have any depth of field, but with this one, we're going to have really huge depth of field. So probably next week, we're going to be imaging some of the critters swimming across these these petri dishes.
Well, I can't wait to see what this is.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
What's your medium for the petri dishes?
Well,
Doc
we just
Chambers.
use, an auger, a protein auger,
Auger,
in there.
okay.
Yeah, and excuse me. And then for some of these, like for the vaccines, we just use saline solution. So, just trying to see what we discover. And this is a UV light in order to look at fluorescence under the microscope. So it's just if I try it, it actually does UV wavelengths. And then what we can do is we can cause certain things to fluoresce, based on different dyes and different wavelengths of light that we put in. We have other lights as well. So we're going to look at fluorescence, identification of things like microplastics. And that's coming up. Oh, and this is just a centrifuge, so we can take samples. We're gonna be doing different extracts, like pine needle extract, using an ultrasonic cleaner to do the extraction with alcohol and water. And then you take that extract out of here, you centrifuge it, you decant it, and then you have a high concentration of shikimic acid, which in ancient China, shikimic acid was the chemical that primarily makes up the Chinese medicine herb known as ba jiao, which ended plagues 4,000 years ago. And that's the main chemical that's in the Roche drug known as Tamiflu. But you can get it for free out of pine needles. And I'm going to show people how to make it
So
for free.
this is interesting because pine needles in the Q course, when we were doing survival school,
Yep.
to keep your immunity up.
Doc's
we
talking
would-
about the
we would
Green
take
Beret
pine
selection
needle-
course.
Yeah, pine needle tea. We would be going
Yes.
along and we would take pine needles and as we're walking, we would strip the branches we're walking by and we'd put it in our pockets, right? This was something that I was telling my team, hey guys, if you want to keep your immunity up, because we're going to be out here for 3 weeks running and gunning and
Yep.
eating snakes, literally three water moccasins for our team. And we'd take these, we'd put them in there and then we'd put them in a little, just a can.
Yeah.
We made this thing called a Dakota fire.
Yeah.
And it would make tea.
Yes.
And none of my guys got sick.
Yeah, I
Rich
used
in
to drink,
vitamin
but
C
it doesn't taste good.
also.
Depends on it. Cedar.
I think this does taste good. These are loblolly pines.
Different pines have different tastes.
Yes.
We found that to be true.
This pine tree is in Texas known as the lost pines because they got isolated from other pine populations.
Right.
but these are all over Central Texas, and this is actually one that I'm growing. And so I'm growing anti-plague medicine for free. And if you go to any of the state parks around Central Texas, there's just endless amounts of this. It's medicine growing on trees.
Sorry, folks in North Carolina, the long needle pines are not as tasty.
They're not, trust me.
Cedars are delicious.
I got to try these.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this turned out to be an accidental cool video. I was just like, do you mind if I make a video of these things? And we end up getting that's awesome.
We're always, massive science experiments going on here. You know, we're building a new studio right over there.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's going to be set up as a giant lab with cameras, basically. There's so much stuff to show people.
We got to get a scientist with one of those microscopes down in the Darien. See what's making people sick.
Yeah, look at some of the weird bugs and the screw worms and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, and yeah, they are always in Panama.
Yep.
All right, thank y'all.
Thank you.